What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima,
This is not
not
another
another
damn podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
339, baby.
Yeah.
339.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right in the middle of the holiday season is December. Yeah, so it's the most wonderful time of the year, as they say. I don't know who was they, but yeah.
It's the most expensive time of the year.
That's true, yeah.
Spend money on holiday gifts, gas bill going up, food prices just going like everything just boy. But we're still here. We're
Yeah.
still here.
What I am
Blessed.
grateful for is we still got the Black Friday / Cyber Monday deals. It's like, yeah. And one of the deals that I took advantage of for the streaming was Stars. It's like, yeah. So I was like, okay.
Oh,
Like Stars, I got it for like, yeah, like $2 a month, something like that for like
yeah,
6
I missed that one.
Monday. So I ordered because Raising Kanan is back, baby. That's why I got it. Because I saw it said new episodes December 1st. I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting it. They hook you in. They had that on the fucking thing. Yeah. Say get Stars for $2.99 for 6 months or whatever. That's it. That's all that they had to Raising Kanan pick to become December 1st. I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting it. Yeah. Me and Babe watched the new episode too. So I was
Get your
like,
pro.
yes,
Well, that's how you do it.
back, yes.
That's the hack right there. That's the finance hack. So when you see these streaming services with their deals, get the deal, do all your binging of the
Yeah,
shows, and then
yeah,
cancel
watch
it.
all of that. Some will watch Power Book Force too, like with Tommy, like that already aired in the fall. Like so I'm gonna binge all of those and then watch the new episodes of Raising Kanan as they come out each week, and then just cancel it after 6 months.
Cancel before the subscription, before they auto renew to like the regular price. Just
Before it goes to
nope.
regular price. Yep.
That's the tip for you. Put it on your calendar, put it as a reminder because they will be quick to charge your card that full price. So have it on this date, on April, whatever, or May, whatever the date is. Have it right there so you know that your subscription is about to end.
Shout out to my guy Ricky Rampage. Like he appeared on Power Book Force with
Oh.
yeah. Should I give spoilers on what happens to this character? I won't. It's like some of y'all might not watch it. Even though these well, R.I.P. Ricky Rampage, and I'll leave it.
What's the cross, Tommy?
You said it right. You said it, not me.
I mean, just I didn't watch any of the subsequent Power like after Ghost died. I just couldn't watch it.
Tariq or Raising Kanan or Force. Yeah,
I just couldn't watch it because I'm like, it's not the same without Amari. I was like, it's not. But then before I heard people say it's good though.
And Raising Kanan slaps, man. That's the one. It's like out of the 3 sequels, that's the one I was like when I
It's
saw
just a period piece, so
yeah, it's a prequel. It shows how
in the
Kanan
'90s.
became Kanan. It's like yeah. And the guy looks like 50 Cent too. That's why the guy they got to play Kanan. It looks like,
But I saw that. I was like, oh, I said, where did they find him at? He was just like 50. Like,
and then like you could tell he studied his mannerisms, like his swag and everything is like 52. Like,
does
even
he
like
have his
slurs a little bit like he talks like he with the
I was gonna say, does he have his enunciation? Because 50
like,
obviously
yeah, he has the little slur when he talks. Yeah.
obviously because like when 50 got shot, that's why he has
So
why
the
he
guy
sounds like that.
even talks like that, yeah. So he definitely studied 50s mannerisms.
Because that's so important when you are portraying somebody as a younger version of them. You need to have their mannerism. You need to have their tone, their speech. You need to have everything where it's kind of, you know, like even if somebody, like for example, like we always say, even somebody who didn't look like him at all, but he had his mannerisms and his speech was Denzel when he portrayed Malcolm X. He didn't look like Malcolm X. He physically did not look like when you look at Malcolm X and look at Denzel.
When I heard he was cast, I was like, I don't know about that. Yeah, I wasn't excited. Yeah.
He was like Lawrence Fishburne is right there. He was like, he's right there.
That was my pick. Yeah.
That's what I remember you said that. Lawrence Fishburne is right there.
Fishburne and Spike had worked together before with School Days. It's like, and Dap was kind of Malcolm-ish anyway. So I was like,
and then he proved that he was still deep in as Furious in Boys in the Hood. So
yeah, he
Furious was.
So I was like, you got the guy right there. And even when he says, when he's talking to the brothers in Compton, he says, you got to think, young brother. That's the Malcolm X pose. It's like, yeah. when
Because
they
I
talk.
remember you was like, I don't know about Denzel. You said he gonna look like Bleak Gilliam.
I
That's what
said,
you kept on saying.
I was like, chicks are gonna want to fuck Malcolm. I was like, I ain't feel. I definitely feel that
Doing
shit. Yeah,
doing that.
we didn't land on
But
rock.
but when we watched it, we didn't see any of that. Like he
Denzel is such is the GOAT to me. That's like my favorite actor of all time.
ridiculous.
The GOAT. Yeah. So
The
when
way he we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Like the way
close
he
your eyes and listen to like him and listen to some of those old Malcolm X speeches. He definitely, you could tell he
What's the
studied.
matter, boss? We sick. We sick.
Yeah.
We
Like
sick.
that's the grassroots speech. Yeah, like the "we sick" line is in there. Yeah, and he said you could tell he studied Malcolm because he was like he enunciated just like him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
He had it down. He had it down to a T. Because I was like, whoa. Because we were like, so we've been listening to Malcolm X speeches since we were like
grew
knee
up
high.
like kid on Dolomite. We grew up on
We
Malcolm.
grew up on it.
We had that Dolomite. We had Malcolm X. That's what we grew up on.
That's what it was like growing up. Like, what was it like growing up in my house? This is what we had.
Big facts. Yeah. They extended to school. We got profiled during Black History Month. Yeah. You're writing about Malcolm X. I didn't even have a choice. Yeah, just you're writing about Malcolm. Not who do you want to write about it.
Okay,
you're writing about Malcolm X.
Okay, so Naima, you can take Malcolm X, Naima. Like, wait, what? Like, wait.
Well, I'll be like, again?
What?
Again?
And then we actually read the autobiography of Malcolm X when I was
wait. I read it before the movie came out. I read it when I was probably about that age too, like 6.
The movie had just come out around the time when I was in 6th grade. The movie was out, so
yeah,
it's like,
it.
yeah. So they like, let's read the book, and everybody was doing this to me, Naima, like the teacher. Everybody, I was like, I'm not teaching I'm not. No, Naima, what do you have to say, Naima? I'm like, but like you said,
things come
the awkwardness that was okay.
But things come full circle, like yeah, because the autobiography of Malcolm X is now available on Audible. Guess who did the Audible reading for it?
Who?
Lawrence Fishburne. so it comes full circle. Yeah.
And I can hear in his Morpheus voice.
Fishburne as Malcolm. He's reading autobiography. So yeah.
Okay, so books I may have to read this holiday season. Reread, because like I said, I read it years ago, but books I'm about to reread. Yeah. I'm gonna download.
The version is narrated by Fishburne. Like, look at God. It's like full circle moment right there.
Okay. I'm gonna put my reminder in now because I have some credits I gotta use.
As you can tell, I already downloaded this. So I know that.
Well, I got 3 credits I haven't used, so let me go ahead and use one of the credits for autobiography. Go ahead and use it.
Read by Lawrence Fishburne. Let's go.
Nice.
Full circle moment.
Pretty. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. What else we got going on? I'm just getting everything set.
Well, I'll start here since we are right in the peak of holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
A big congratulations to Macaulay Culkin. He got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was honored this past Friday. Yeah.
The thumbnail we using right there.
We have to, and like I did just watch Home Alone last night with the kids. It's streaming on Disney Plus. Like I watch it every holiday season. And Ari loves Home Alone. Now I'm pointing out, I'm like, Kevin is the same age that you are. Kevin was 8, you're 8. So, and Ari just looking at says, no way that I would leave you home alone. No way me and your father.
Ari's tough. She'd fuck the Wet Bandits up too.
We got Hercules too, so
yeah, she'd have help.
But Macaulay got his start, and it's a well-deserved. I feel that it's overdue.
That's quite the journey, yeah. Because after he suffered like most child stars. He battled his demons, yeah. Like after after he fell out of the limelight, he battled his demons, yeah. So
but Macaulay looks great now. Like he's a year older than me. Like he looks great. He was there with his fiance, who's Brenda Song. Okay. She's also an actress. She was on I think The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She was on Disney. Because a lot of people were like, wait a minute, he's with her?
Oh, I've never seen, by the way.
Like a lot of people were like, wait a minute, he's with her? Because a lot of people didn't know that was his fiance. And they have 2 little boys. And their little boys are so cute. Like the 2-year-old had like a little mohawk and he looked just like Macaulay. He had like the little mohawk and Like, and then they have a baby that they had earlier this year. So they were there. And the thing that made me just smile, like I almost had a little tear in my eye. Catherine O'Hara was there, his Home Alone mom.
Okay.
She was there and she did a nice speech. She basically said, "Thank you for having me, your fake mom here, who left you home alone twice." So like she put like the little Home Alone joke in, and he was like wiping his tears, hugging her. It was just a really sweet moment to see that they reconnected, because Home Alone, that was over 30 years ago.
1990.
So 1990, that was over 30 years ago. So to see that, she's still in his life and still like, for this huge milestone. So I thought that was a really, really cool moment just to see. And of course, Macaulay closed it out when he said, it's right on time. "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals." He said that. That's how he closed it. I was like, yeah.
Time be right, because it's Christmas time. Yeah, even time.
"Merry Christmas, you filthy animals." I laughed when he said that. So it was really good seeing that, because honestly, I feel like Macaulay, as far as like child actors, I feel like he's on the Mount Rushmore. I feel he is.
Okay, let's name our Mount Rushmore. Gary
I
Cole.
feel he's on the.
Macaulay.
I feel he's on the Mount Rushmore. I feel he is.
We need two more. You
Of course, you have Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. There's three.
You probably gotta have her, of course.
We need one more then.
Who else did you say?
I said Gary Coleman, definitely.
Yeah, Gary Coleman, definitely. Now the world don't move. Definitely him.
Because in his day, he was the highest paid
child star
in his era. So you got to put Gary on that list.
Shirley Temple had she had the whole hairstyle. I mean, we wore our hair.
Got a whole drink named after her. Leslie, she didn't even like, because they had to create because she was the only kid, and so they had to create a non-alcoholic drink for her. That's what her. Okay. Mm-hmm. She really didn't care for him, but that's the rumor, that she didn't even like Shirley Temple.
And then just her tapping, her being like tapping made, us little girls look at tap, so we're like, oh, okay, that's cool, I can't think of anyone else. I'm like trying to think.
I'm thinking of a lot of child actors, but they didn't really have the runs like those others, like or the impact like the others had. Yeah, sure is one.
I say Macaulay, because Macaulay, like the way that he was able to convey all that emotion, because like on screen, he was on screen a lot by himself in Home Alone, and he held those scenes, like you actually were into the movie, like you weren't like watching it, like he actually held those scenes and drew across emotion, and he was really good. Like he was a really good actor. He was.
I don't know, let's throw Urkel on there, so I don't know. Just throwing a name on it. I'm trying to think of somebody.
I can't think of it. We have to come back to a fourth one.
Back to that, yeah. We'll revisit that one, yeah.
Some people have running, they branch into other things, like Ron Howard, like he branched to other things, though, like he became a good director.
That's a good one. Yeah, how he like grew into like, and most people know him as a director more than Opie right now. So yeah,
because Richie Cunningham.
Yeah.
Well, like another one that I think I love her flower. Like I give all flowers to all the time. I love Kim Fields. I think Kim Fields is amazing.
She might be our fourth one.
I give her flowers because she successfully went from little.
She might be.
Well, she went from little on the commercials, and then she was Tootie, and then she became Regine, and I don't know if you watch the Upshaws. Upshaws are hilarious.
And she's a successful director and stuff. Yeah, she's like,
she even taught Brandy how to act. They said that after they saw this, like Brandy couldn't act, so they had her go to Kim Fields before she got Moesha.
Yeah,
and she taught Brandy how to act. So
most of them actors on Thea couldn't act, so there we go. They definitely need some help on that show. So not just Brandy, most of that cast.
Jerome.
I won't let you shit on Jason goddamn Weaver. Chi-Town, baby.
Never. Jason Weaver, he was like I said, that's Chi-Town right there. And he got his money from the Lion King.
Yeah.
Smart business that his mom
he's
did.
Still acting. He's on the Chi currently. So he's still around in 2023. There you go.
And you went, loving me. You have only one call. He has some good hoods, so Jason Weaver did some good hoods.
Don't know why.
Loving me.
Well, not so much as solo work. Like, speaking of that, let's make fun of it. What's the name? Nick Cannon was on the Breakfast Club like the other day, and Charlemagne and then basically was saying how he don't got no songs. It's like, yeah, basically how his music career was trash.
I'm a gigolo.
I was about to say that because like they guest calls if she mentioned Gigolo, he's like, yeah, we can't even play that because R. Kelly's on it. He's like, look at God work. Like the one hit he got, we can't even play it. It's like so Nick Cannon got no song. The one song he had is banned. It's like, look at God work.
Nick Cannon. His music career was
the one hit he had is unplayable at this point, basically.
what's the other song he had?
It don't matter. Gigolo.
I know he was in the laundromat video because like R. Kelly couldn't be in the video, and then Nick Cannon was in the video. We were confused.
I don't know who's more ridiculous to have in the video, R. Kelly or Nick Cannon. They both pretty ridiculous.
Well, and then she was like, "Don't worry about Keith." And they're like, "Who's Keith?" Like I was confused.
Like, it's crazy. Is Keith R. Kelly or is he Nick Cannon? We don't know who Keith is to this day.
Don't worry about Keith.
Well, yeah, that video sucked, by the way.
That is over there. I was confused with what was going on in the laundromat video. I was highly confused.
Yeah, it sucked. You're talking about television and all of that stuff. I want to read about my guy, Miles Franklin, on Facebook. He posted this, and I'll get your response, and I'll read some of the responses. He's like, "What's the greatest moment in television history?" I was like, "Oh, good one." I got my pick right away. I had no qualms about what I was going.
We might have the same thought. When Michael Jackson moonwalk on Motown 25.
Absolutely. That's my answer. Exact answer said Michael Jackson doing a moonwalk on Motown 25. And he said that's my moment. He agreed with me, basically. But I have some other great ones. I'll read through these. But yeah, I was right there. So we think alike. I was like Michael Jackson doing that moonwalk on Motown.
While I was a little younger when that actually happened, so I don't know the impact. But I know that from your impact, you said that
people like watching the Because here I'll break down how the whole thing did that. Because it was like Motown 25, celebrating the best of Motown. Mm-hmm. Of course, like mom was into it. Like yeah. Of course, like as me and Feast, we just want to see Michael. Like, we
want to see Michael. I don't care about. Okay, yeah, that's nice, Diana, and them like, okay, we want Michael.
Four Tops, cool. It's like, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Smokey
like,
Robinson, okay, cool.
Temptation, y'all can go. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You can go, Temptation. we invented that before Leon. We were saying nobody coming to see you, Otis. We want to see Michael. That's so we said it before Leon. And then Marvin Gaye was cool. It's like, yeah, okay, but we want to see Mike. Then with Michael, and they came out, which is a big deal. The first time the Jacksons had been together in about a decade. Like Jermaine had left like about a decade before that. And so it was a big deal, like Jermaine being back in the group. And then mom was like, and of course, mom was like, yeah, this is Motown. They're not going to do that. She was like, and they did all the, like, I want you back. I'll be there. Like,
Stop the Love. Yeah.
Stop the Love to Save and Be Your Own. They did all.
My favorite one.
We think tag grade school. You wanted to be. Yeah. Hard to quit. Yeah, classic. Y'all know the one. And then they do this and then like when he wraps up with his brothers, they hug, the brothers walk off. Michael's like, yeah, I don't really like those songs. Yeah, those are great songs, but what I really like is the new stuff. He grabs a fedora. Me and Feast jumped out of our seats when that Billie Jean beat came in. We lost our shit. We kind of looked at mom like, yeah, I told you, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't gonna do Billie Jean. We're kind of like, yeah.
I was a little Feast like about Ari size.
Sometimes he's like, yeah. And then when he went into that moonwalk, we were already on 10 even way before he got there. When he does it, that just puts us into orbit after that shit. It's like literally, like pun intended, put us into orbit when he did that moonwalk. We were already on 10 when he just put the fedora on and did Billie Jean.
Classic. Oh my god!
I can't even tell you what happened after that. It's like we probably went to bed after that. I don't remember the rest. Probably went to bed after my. Okay, we saw
to the next day of school. You see that what Mike did? You guys were just like
that slide. Yeah, we even know what to call. We call it that slide. Yeah, we didn't even know what to call. You see that slide? And Michael, yeah, we call it. That's what we call it.
And that's why I say because like the fact that carried on because recently at Ari's school. they did a silent party for the kids, and then when they played Michael Jackson, one of her classmates was doing the moonwalk. He was like, I saw that he was doing it, one of her classmates was doing it. I was like, what? So like these kids, like Michael died way before these kids were even born. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like
I had about 15 years ago. Something like he's been for a while. He's been dead.
Yeah, he died in 09. Yeah, 15 years. Yeah. So it's like Ari never in her life knew Michael Jackson, but she knows all his material because I play it. I show her the video, so she knows like all his work. She hears his voice like on Rockwell. She was like, "That's Michael Jackson. I always hear." She knew that was Michael Jackson. She was like, "That's Michael." I was like, "Yeah, baby." He sang the chorus on it.
Shout out Serato Stems. I did a mashup of Thriller with Rockwell. Watching me. They match up because it's in the same key and it's both Michael. So yeah, it sounded good. The Thriller beat and I feel when somebody's watching me sing, it actually sounded good.
I need some of these recordings to send to me. Need you to record some of these.
Stems and playing around with. Well, let me read some of these great television moments. Somebody Dan Burry put like I Have a Dream speech by MLK. Great one, great choice.
Of course, yeah.
Curtis Sweat put Who Shot JR. That's another classic.
Because the world did stop, and then wasn't it the sister-in-law? I
think so. That's mom.
Mom is Sue Ellen or something. I think was her name. Maybe I'm not remembering right, but I know mom. Yeah, it was so because mom was all into it.
He was a Dallas fan. Orphe put I Ross Take You Rachel. I wasn't a Friends guy, so I guess that's when Ross and Rachel got married. I guess I don't.
Yeah, I didn't watch Friends,
so I didn't get that one. Yeah. Gregory put MJ's Thriller video. Another great moment.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Motown 25, but another great moment. Here's another one from my era too. Yeah, when Eric Tillery put when Muhammad Ali came and visited a sick Arnold Jackson. I remember that. Ali was on
Different Strokes.
I remember that one because
celebrity cameos just started. They just did celebrity cameos a lot in the 80s.
Here's another one from our era. Yeah, you appreciate this one by Tuesday Lynn Williams, Bankstorm, whatever. Yeah, it said when Whitley married Dwayne on Different Worlds. The baby,
please, yeah.
That's a classic TV moment there.
Oh, I have one controversial.
Go ahead. What's
Not Guilty? OJ.
Oh yeah, good one. There's a lot from that one. The Bronco chase you could put on there. It's like so much OJ shit. It's
controversial, but
the Not Guilty or the Bronco chase you could put either.
So we all were like this, like because we watched that trial. I was a freshman in high school. We were watching.
I was working. I was working at Mrs. Fields in Woodfield Mall, and I took my break to like see the verdict.
They rolled the TV out and they played it in our class.
And to see with the attached VCR, they rolled it out for you.
You know, like I said, back in the day, they had the TV with the VCR. They rolled it out, and then we were watching it in class. We watched the verdict live in class.
I actually went on break and probably went over my break, and then the boss didn't even care. It's like right. I went out just to catch that verdict.
That's a good moment.
Yeah,
that is controversial, but.
Chris Marcus appreciate this one from Chris Dinan, and he said Cubs winning the World Series. Marcus appreciate that.
Yeah,
one.
Marcus
that was a big moment. That was the first baseball game I watched since the Sox won the World Series in 05, like for personal reasons. Yeah, it's the first.
Right.
So that's the first. I hadn't watched a baseball game in what that's over a decade.
Yeah. 11 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 11 years. Yeah.
First baseball game I watched in 11 years. David Fuller says when Kanye said George Bush don't care about black people. TV moments. He's a good one. Here's
Chris Tucker was like this, looking like a deer head.
Mike Myers was like, he looked at him and then looked back, and then
like, Chris Tucker. Like he looked crazy as hell.
Just Chris Tucker wasn't ready. They just like, just get the camera off Kanye, and he went to Chris, and he probably was looking at the monitor and didn't know he was on camera yet.
And his eyes are so big, so like his eyes were like orbit. They were like his eyes are like this big.
Here's another good one from DJ Doug DJ Chill, DB Chill. I forgot, I'm screwed your name up, brother. Yeah, says 1993's Super Bowl halftime show with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. I was gonna say that
Jackson's all over this list, baby.
He stood like this.
Mm-hmm. For like a minute, like the crowd just went crazy. He just stood there like.
I want to do that one. I just want to go out on stage and stand like this. Well, I'll get some cheers if I just stand.
I do it, it'd be dead silence, bro.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
Somebody else put the Kanye Bush one too. Somebody Janelle Sloan put when Mad Dog shot JJ. It's like on Good Times. You remember that one? Mad Dog
Oh,
shoot JJ.
here's a good one. Of course, old school. One small step for man.
Yeah, the moon landing.
The moon landing. That was a big one.
mankind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it on live TV? Was the Kennedy assassination on television? I'm not sure. I'm sure it was.
I think it was.
Yeah. I know when Jack Ruby shoots Lee Harvey Oswald, it was definitely on TV. That one when they bring him into the police station, he just runs out and blasts him. That's
and
one.
Of course, but more like sentimental stuff like 9/11. Of course, that was
the second plane hitting the tower. Yeah,
it's just when oh my god, because like just the panic. It was like
at first it was a lot of confusion. Okay, yeah, one of the towers has been hit. Like we don't know if the pilot got sun in his eye. We couldn't tell, but we don't know if it was a commuter plane or a private plane. They were like, and when the second plane hits, you knew the whole story. That's the one that happened on live TV. The second plane hitting the tower. Yeah. Like that's the one. It's like, yeah. And then of course, like several people put that's why I didn't even mention this, like several people put Obama's inauguration, yeah, because first black president. That was a big one. Yeah.
You see him take his walk.
Yeah. Obama's inauguration. I had like about 5 different people put that one. Let's bring some more up then. I've named my Motown 25. Let's just name some like before our own. I got one too from we mentioned Good Times. Damn.
Because that was so shocking.
Or the slamming the punch bowl. Yeah, like James Death in general, but like the punch bowl was like the one. It's like, yeah. With damn. Cliff and Claire dancing off of the set of the Cosby Show.
Yeah, that was a nice I still think like as much as whatever Bill Cosby has going on, whatever your opinions are about him, I think the Cosby Show had the perfect beginning and ending of a series. Because the way Theo, I'm not going to college, and then he's graduating college on the last episode. That was perfect. That was perfect.
That show, let's do it then.
Today.
Yeah, the Ray Charles. Yeah, that's a classic.
Cosby Show has some good ones.
Yeah, like that might be the moment I would say for Cosby Show, either the Cliff and Claire or the Ray Charles. Like, yeah,
when they danced off because it broke the fourth wall, and they broke that, and then they just kind of,
I got one. Too.
Really sweet moment.
You got one too. How come you don't want me?
Yeah, that was a good moment.
And James Avery pulled that out of Will, yeah, because Will wasn't getting it, and then he's like, just told, hey, look at me. It's like, yeah.
He's like, do it to me. He was like, hit it here to me. He was like, get it, because he wanted to pull that out of him to convey that emotion out. Yeah. And he just wasn't hitting the emotion he needed to hit. And then finally he hit the emotion.
Yeah. The Challenger exploding. That's a great one.
Yeah.
I'll say great, but memorable. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was because that was just like on live TV, like you saw like your teacher dying.
Back, yeah, because the school teachers. What's crazy about that? It could have been even more tragic. Like instead of the school teacher, who they were originally going to send out there into space. Ooh. Like Big Bird was supposed to be on that shuttle.
Oh my gosh!
So that would have we would have all been traumatized by that, like watching Big Bird explode. It's like that would have been but probably I don't know if he couldn't the suit wouldn't fit in there or something. Like they ended up going with the school teacher, yeah. But it's big because they wanted a civilian on there. They wanted and Big Bird, like the kids we watching, they said well they probably did the logistics and we can't get the suit in there, so yeah they switched to a school teacher, yeah. But I remember reading that somewhere that Big Bird could have been on that shuttle, which would have been wild as hell. Oh, but classic moments from television, yeah. There's probably more that I forgot about. I got one from us, Paxton for 3, baby.
Paxton for 3.
Either that or the push off. I wanted to. Which one? Paxton or the push off?
What push off? What push off? Was no push off.
That came like a couple of years ago. It was the 25th anniversary of that. It's from on the NBA like post like the Chicago Michael Jordan hits the last shot for the Chicago Bulls 6 champions, and then from the Utah Jazz's officials I say and Jordan pushed off. It's like said they still won't let it go. It's like
That was 25 years ago, 98. You
this
still
is
ain't, you still on that
it's not a
25 years
fan from the Utah Jazz's official page. He's like, yeah, and Jordan pushed off. It's like they put.
Oh, here's another great basketball. The Malice in the Palace.
Oh, I was watching that live. Yeah. In our test.
I
And our
didn't see
test
it
is in the
live. I saw the
stand.
playback.
I was watching it live because
And I was like, what the hell just happened? I was like, wait, what? I was like, Ron Artest was fighting fans. I was like, what the hell just happened? It was like
he's
confusing.
going crazy. And
He
Steven
wasn't
Jackson
crazy.
went out and got some too. Like, yeah, Steven Jackson is a real one. Yeah, like he went out. He saw his boy getting mauled. He's like, shit. He ran out there like jumped right in the middle of that shit. Like,
Jermaine O'Neal, didn't he did get some too?
Jermaine O'Neal, he did the baseball slide into the
baseball slide where he like slid like he was going
really
home.
what happened is he slipped because of all of the debris and stuff. It's like he was really going for it's better that he slipped because like this is a big 6'9", like 260-pound dude. He was going to like the hammer to do it, but then he slips and then it goes into that slide. And he landed that punch, it would have been like Kermit Washington all over again. He was really going for
it sounded like a gourd being dropped.
Yeah. But Jermaine O'Neal, because I watched the Malice is documentary about that on Netflix. Yeah, I watched it. And Jermaine said, yeah, he was really going for a punch, but he just slipped because of all the crap on the court. So it looked like he was doing a baseball slide. He said it's probably better than he did slip because he probably would have killed that guy if he had landed that punch.
Well, he would have been developmentally,
Facts,
because he would have got hit at full strength by him.
Yeah. Like 6'9".
These NBA guys are huge. Yeah. They're huge.
But yeah, that's a great moment. I got another one too. Like we appreciate as Bulls fans when the Pistons walk off the court after Isaiah. He walks off sheepishly like Isaiah.
As the great Horace Grant said, straight bitches. Straight. I still gotta get that on his shirt. Straight bitches, Horace Grant. Straight bitches.
That's a great
one. Were. That was very bitch made. That was like all the time that you guys did this, and we finally got the best of you, and then you couldn't even take your beating like a damn man. You had to walk off with 15
seconds left on the clock. Like, and it's led by Isaiah too. Yeah, like or was it Lambeer? Because I watched the Bad Boy. Had a 30 for 30. Yeah, they had a Bad Boy one. Yeah, and I think it was Lambeer that said, yeah, like, he said, yeah, let's get the fuck out. He whispered to say, yeah, let's go.
That's what it is still at the end of the day. Isaiah just jealous because this is his town, but then it's Mike's town, though. That's what that's about. Even though you from here, but Chicago love Michael more than you.
We say the greatest ballers from Chicago, Isaiah don't get mentioned a lot. You mentioned Derrick Rose, you mentioned Anthony Davis, Benji,
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, Wade, but like Isaiah Thomas is better than all of them. He's like maybe Wade is the only one that's like, but I think Isaiah is probably even better than Wade. It's like, he's probably better than all of those guys. But he don't get the credit because of the whole walking off the court thing. That's why. That's why he don't get the credit for being the GOAT Chicago player.
People are like, yeah, Mike. Because Mike gets more love than him. So that's what it is. It's just because this is Michael Jordan will always have a home in Chicago. He always will. Like if Michael wants to come, anything that Michael Jordan's back in Chicago, we'll go. He's one of us. Mike is one of us now. He's a Chicagoan.
Modern NBA fans would probably say when the Cavs beat the 73-9 Warriors coming back from 3-1. That'll be one of their
that was a historic moment.
Yep. Modern fans. I got another good one from back in the day too. When Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. You were watching that live. Yeah, we had Dad had ordered the fight at the house. So we had the uncles.
I remember the men were over the men.
And we all were like
all of our uncles were over there and like our cousins. And,
like, yeah, we had, we were over there watching the Tyson Douglas fight. And when Mike Tyson has been knocked out. It's like nobody saw that coming because this is Tyson when he was like killing cats. Yeah, so for him to get knocked the fuck out, nobody saw that.
Of course, your '85 Bears winning the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Peyton.
Them doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, the Bears shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. Let's go. Those are some of my picks for like best. I'm sure it's several more that I missed. Yeah, it's probably more that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the great television moments. Yeah.
It's cool to like look at that to kind of like have like your capsule of like your television history capsule of just like what was iconic, what was just made you go like just but we saw some pretty cool things that happened on TV, on live TV.
Yeah.
We saw some disasters happen on live TV too that at the time we're like, oh, this was great, but then like we always about the infancy of reality TV, like back in the day, like Flavor of Love was like must see TV when we were
Flavor.
but now it's like watching back, like when you see like because I think it's on Tubi, I want to say, or something like that. The
I
Flavor
think
of Love
Flavor of Love is on Tubi,
I
which is
think
hilarious because somebody actually posted like, yeah, why can't they make good television like this? Like Flavor of Love is not, like I said, you wait long enough, anything is gonna be like considered class. In 10, 15 years, people are gonna be saying Ice Spice and Sexy Red are like the good old days. It's like, yeah. If you wait long enough, anything becomes the good old days. If Flavor of Love is the good old days, I'm just saying.
when I saw people posting clips of like for a while, I don't know why I was just like getting that in like my watch thing on Facebook, and it was like just clips from like Flavor of Love, and I'm like, I can't believe that this was must see TV for me like 15, 16 years ago. I can't believe that.
Posted this was like, yeah, like this is when TV was good. I'm like, knock it off. I'm like, entertaining, yes, good. I can't say that.
New York Spitting on Pumpkin was good. That was good TV.
Come on, knock it off. Boots and Bucky was good TV. Larissa, what the hell is she talking about?
That's Bucky is still on TV.
Yeah, Bucky. Bucky's the gift that keeps on giving and shit. Yeah. What's the name? Hottie was good TV.
She blink. Beyonce. I
got a story about that.
She look like Beyonce. You look like Luther Vandross. Oh, that was hilarious. What about Nipplegate? Does Nipplegate go on there on the list?
Yes, hell yeah.
Controversial. I think Nipplegate could go on there.
Definitely like one of the biggest moments in television history.
Talk to me, boy.
I'm gonna have you neck for the end of this song.
Nipplegate.
Why a few years ago when they brought Justin back and he went into that song, I was on the edge of my seat, like, here we go. It's like if Janet comes out in the middle of that, that'd have been amazing.
And then he looks at the camera and he smiles. I'm like, hilarious.
Usher got to top it this year. You got to bring Keke Palmer out and then do
No, we don't want to see
don't
that.
Leave your girl around me. True player for real. Ask my nigga for real. You got to do that. You don't have to rip the skirt off, man. Just to like full.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that.
Audience would howl if he did that shit.
I want to announce his world tour after he performs. I'll be online looking. I'm gonna be online as soon as he announces that world tour. I'm gonna be looking for Chicago dates immediately. Okay. Well, no, I won't be doing for Usher.
Well, Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about something that happened on television recently. Chiefs Las Vegas Raiders game. I don't know if you heard about this story. I'll just pull the picture up.
Okay, let me see.
Without context, let you make a comment, then we're going to the story. Yeah. What do you think about this kid right here? It's a kid, he's wearing the Chiefs, the headdress, and then what appears to be blackface.
His face is painted, but we know that in Native culture, they did do war paint, but from this picture, it looks like blackface. Without context, it does look very blackface-ish. And so it looks like
got some controversy, definitely.
And he looks Caucasian, we'll say. The gentleman looks Caucasian, and he has Native headdress and appearing blackface. So it's like a lot going on right there. But
let's bring it up with more context and have another angle of the kid now. Yeah. there's more context right there.
Okay.
His
So
face
it's like
was actually in the colors of the Chiefs. It's like,
the Chiefs colors, yeah.
yeah. Because and face painting is a thing in the NFL. I
Face
wouldn't
paint,
do
yeah.
it, but
I wouldn't do face
I'll do
painting.
that, but not me. It's like
I'm
I
not
ain't that
doing it.
diehard. I'm not painting my face
I'm
blue and
not painting my face nothing.
I'm
I'm
not
not
doing
doing it.
that. I'm not
I'm not
that.
doing orange and blue. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not. You're in a line now. You're not even gonna do orange and blue. Like I'm not.
No.
Not
I'm not
that.
doing
Not
no.
that. Not that. I'm not. You call me, say what you want about me, but I'm not that big of a fan. I'm gonna paint my face. Call me what you want, but I'm not doing
I'll
that.
wear apparel. I'll wear Perry.
That's about most you getting out of me is I wear
And
a
then
certain
I
hat.
may
You
I
know.
may hold a sign. I may hold a defense at a log. Defense.
Mm,
Defense. I might do that, but that's about it. I'm
just
not.
getting out of me. But basically this kid he almost got doxxed and shit because like this writer went about the blackface and the kid is what like 5 or some shit. He's like like Khalil's age is like, and he almost got doxxed. And then like the story like more and more started coming about. Like first they showed the second one that I showed. It's like, well, it wasn't blackface. He was like, and then instead of just letting it go, like I'm gonna get the writer's name and shit, you know. I like putting motherfuckers' names out there.
If I say it appears, I say without context, it appears blackface.
Oh yeah, that's what I said too.
With a Caucasian person with native hairdress. So that's a lot going on. Native hairdress and blackface on a Caucasian person doesn't look good. Yeah. That doesn't look good. It doesn't.
I agree. Yeah. First glance, yeah, it didn't look.
It doesn't look good.
Karan J. Phillips is the guy's name. So yeah, from Deadspin. Okay, that's where the original article came from. With the first one I showed with the blackface. With the instead of letting it go, like when they said, okay, it's just a face painter with the team colors, it's like, and then like motherfuckers just can't let shit go, like just either just fall back and shit. Like me, if I was Ron, just fall back. You even got to nobody say you even got to put an apology, just fall back and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he doubles down. It's like, yeah, well that's even more racist. Yeah, because guess saying that the red part is insulting Native Americans. It's like because all he sees himself as a color and shit. Like not as an individual. It's like he like just doubled down and shit. And the coup de grace was this allegedly I haven't verified the story, but the kid is part Native American too, so maybe so his grandfather is Native American. So it made it all ridiculous.
So it might be his culture after all, because
like say cultural appropriation.
Everybody doesn't look like how they are. Like it's people who
especially
look
like generations move. There's the grandparent, like people like if you like you marry outside the race, is like you might not look like as indigenous as your grandfather, like that. Yeah,
it's people who are white. It's white kids now who may have had a great grandmother who looked like me, basically. But in fact, if you marry white and then you just now everybody else is white, but your great grandmother was a black woman, so it's like
But that's a perfect example of just let shit ride. It's like, now you look even more stupid. He doubled down saying, yo, well, that's even more racist than because clearly the kid, like, it's like you have a 5-year-old, and if your kid wanted to like go wear that to the football game, you wouldn't think it was race related. He just wanted to like exactly, yeah. He was like he wanted to like do the like some people I'm not one of those fans, but some people like to do the face paint thing. I ain't I'm not doing that shit. But if the kid wanted to do that shit, it's like
well, it's my kid, he wanted to dress up, but he wanted to be Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario. That's what that's what he wants to be. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Also appropriating the times if he wanted to be Mario, though. See,
he was Mario, so was he culturally my kid was Mario for Halloween, so that he
wanted to be Mario.
Because he says me Khalil, because he was doing like that. It's me Khalil. I'm like, yeah, it's you Khalil. Like it's me Mario.
When you walked him, I would have said,
but people are a little bit too, I feel.
It's too
I want to get the story.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I always go back to is that when
like, you let shit play out, let shit
have this lens. But then you do the wide shot, like we were talking about that. You see the small close up. You're like, ooh,
yeah.
But then
when I saw it too, I was like, that is questionable. And then you start reading. And then they show the second angle. I'm like, yeah, he's just painted in team colors. It's like nothing to see here. That's all I was like. Yeah,
me personally, I probably wouldn't do the headdress because, like I said, the reason why is because, like I said, you mentioned I went to Illinois because a lot of that's been an ongoing thing. Like my whole time down, that's been an ongoing thing about.
Yeah.
The whole chief and the line of work, and that's been
two professional teams already like dropped, like the Redskins and the
And the
Indians.
Indians.
They both dropped all the indigenous references to their
Yeah.
team.
So that's why I said
Are
that's
the
why I
Chiefs
said I
Texas
agree.
we're gonna get them chance. They not gonna is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and them, the Swifty ain't gonna be the Swifty's gonna be fired up. They're gonna have to say, they're not gonna be the Chiefs anymore. They got a perfect name, the Kansas City Swifties. There we go. We already got the perfect name for the team. So they're not the Chiefs anymore. Let's change it to the Swifties and call it a day.
They're not the Swifties. I'm not gonna. No, we're not doing Swifties.
You want to be the you ain't gonna you have to wear headdresses, yes. Be the Swifties.
That's the reason why I say I wouldn't do a headdress because, like I said, after seeing all the because it was like even when I was in Illinois
back when you were there, that
and then even when I was, it was always a thing because like when we would do like our phone-a-thon, because every year we did a phone-a-thon when we would call our alums and ask if they want to give donations, and then that was an option that they had on the card where people said they didn't want to donate because you still have the chief. That was a real thing that people would say that I'm not donating because you guys still support the chief. Okay. Click. And that was actually an option on the card that to say why people refuse to donate is because of that. So that's the reason why I feel about that, because seeing like how all that was like when I was in school or whatnot. So that's why I said I would probably like avoid the headdress, but the face painting, the Perry, all the other stuff there, yeah. But I probably wouldn't do the headdress, probably.
Yeah.
Especially because now like people are just everything is castable.
Let's just keep it moving and shit. Yeah.
Everything is that's cancel. Oh, you can't do this.
Cancel culture and all of that shit.
You're cultural appropriate. Everything is not cultural appropriation. Everything isn't.
That's hilarious.
Everything is not. Like a thing, like I don't think that cornrows are cultural appropriation, but if all of a sudden, if like now that you start wearing cornrows and you suddenly develop a black set, now it's like, what are we doing? like what are we doing?
Why are cornrows considered cultural appropriation? Like if a non-black chick wears cornrows, but you see black chicks with blonde hair all the time, why is that not cultural appropriation?
I don't think it's. I think
I'm just saying, like in general, like not you, but like in general, like you see people get mad. It's like it's chicks with blonde hair, like talking about cultural appropriation. Like your hair is not that color, so like, it's like you complaining about somebody else appropriating culture. You got blonde hair.
I don't think it is. I don't think that hairstyles are like it depends. It depends. Like if you're doing something and if it's worn in a way where it's like,
and sometimes it's just the style, like the style of the era.
Yeah, like, the style is.
I'm old enough to remember back in the '80s when white girls wore like the curly perms. It's like, yeah, they kind of look like froze. Like that was a thing.
I remember that, the curly perm. Yeah,
I remember that was a thing back when I was a kid. Yeah,
perms to white women were like to make their hair curly.
It kind of looked like you look back now, it kind of like a fro like that. Yeah, like
whatchamacallit had like the curly perm in Flashdance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the curly perm. Even though, like we found later, she was half black, but that's why she had curly hair. She was half black. Perm and shit, but in the movie, she was portrayed as being a white woman.
The character was like,
she was a white woman with a curly perm in the movie, but then we found like, oh no, she's half black. That's why she has curly hair.
I'm talking about, by the way, in case you didn't know, we're talking about Jennifer Beals.
Yeah.
That was a thing in the '80s. Is like, yeah, the curly perms is like, and they kind of look like fro or like Jerry curl, kind of like that. It's like, but nobody said it was appropriation. That's just the style of the era.
It's textured hair, but it's like when you start acting a certain way, then it becomes like, okay, knock it off. Like that's when it's like knock it off.
Rachel Dolezal, all that shit. Then you taking it.
Exactly. You wear cornrows and then you start talking. You start dressing different, and you start like you doing too much. Like what are we doing? You can wear a hairstyle because you think the hairstyle is cute, but you just adopt a whole different personality when you get a hairstyle. Then it's
I just crack up when you see.
What are we doing?
Like chicks with blonde hair crying.
Like you can wear blonde hair, but if you just start acting like, oh my god, and like acting like a valley girl, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Even though there's some black girls that actually act like that, but I get what you're saying.
Somebody like, yeah, this is me. You start acting like,
Shout out Tracy Bingham.
Well, a whole nother.
Yeah, she was quite the character, but
she went herself.
Well,
just avoid the hairdress, I say, but don't cancel this 5-year-old kid. He's
especially a grown 40-year-old man. Dude's like 40 that was writing that article. It was like, you're a grown ass man.
Attacking us.
this little kid is it's taking you, it's gonna put you in chains and shit. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Everything is not about. Oh my gosh.
Want to be oppressed so bad. I always say that. Like
It's
some
not
cats,
about
some cats
that.
want to be oppressed. They want slavery back so bad. It's like that
Yeah,
you'll look at that and say like that's a threat. That's a threat to your blackness. That shit. It's like
it's not. If anything, Native American people may be more so like,
they might be more like said maybe the headdress more so than the other stuff. It's like you said.
I said, and then all stuff does is just all things do all sometimes people need is just to have a conversation so things can be a teachable moment. Like one of the best teachable moments I saw that happened online was with Jeremy Lin and what's his name? Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Kenyon Martin. Yeah.
He tried to
So
come after Jeremy Lin. I remember
because Jeremy Lin at one point he said because locks were like a thing or whatever. So then Jeremy Lin locked his hair at some point. And I have seen Asians lock their hair. I have seen that before.
because that was during when Jeremy Lin was kind of experimenting because he had the man bun like before that, and then I
Yeah.
guess eventually I think he tried cornrows and eventually he ended up with the locks. I think that's what it
So
was.
then he locked his hair. And then Kenyon Martin hopped on saying, trying to drag him like the cultural appropriation. And then Jeremy Lin came back and said, it's not. He said, well, it's the moment we can learn. He said, like the Chinese tattoos that you have on your body. Because he had because a lot of people get Chinese tattoos on their bodies. They don't know what it means.
No one for his, yeah.
A lot of people have Chinese tattoos on their body because they think it looks cool, but you have no idea what these tattoos say.
Yeah, they could be insulting. You really
what they mean.
Mm-hmm.
It could be say, I'm a dumbass. That's what it could say. It could say that about you.
I suck.
And I think that the way he just came back, like he didn't come back and he just did as a teacher. And then all he had to do, all he could say was, "You right, respect." And he was like, "Thank you for educating me with that." Like that's all he could say.
He was smart.
He fell back. He was like, "Because you
got
Chinese tattoos."
That's even more racist. He didn't double down. He just fell back and shit.
It's true. It's like you talking about me cultural appropriate because you have Chinese tattoos on your body.
Like you're not Chinese. Blonde hair, like nobody ever comes at the thoughts like that though. Yeah. You come, what about your blonde hair? Like nobody ever comes at them. It's like let them get away with the shit. So is that appropriating your blonde hair? Knock it off. Yeah. Oh, thought probably wouldn't. She probably would double down. No, she ain't gonna back off. Yeah. How dare you? Yeah. Thought would keep. But since we brought it back to the NBA, let's talk about Josh Giddey. You heard about this story. Oklahoma City Thunder. He's like a guard. Well, Thunder's guard. Yeah, with Josh Giddey. Yeah,
I know the name Josh Giddey. I know the name.
Well, big story. He's in the news these days for allegedly having an improper relationship with an underage girl. Josh is 21, by the way, so grown ass man.
You're a grown man.
But yeah, so
I'm sick of grown men. I'm 20.
Grown man.
You're 21. You grown.
And the girl is, I think, 15 or something that he's been linked to, something like that. Yeah.
Lock him up.
And the NBA is investigating the story now. Yeah, and of course everybody's coming after why, because he's a white dude, yeah, or whatever he is. Like I think he's Australian, but same thing. It's like and so like people are trying to say that they giving him like a pass. It's like they investigate. You don't just cancel people right away. You gotta investigate.
Right, you gotta have your evidence.
But the NBA is investigating this story. It's like
it's
hard to gather evidence because just like with R. Kelly back in the day with the girl, like the girl is being uncooperative. So that's the thing. It's like
she probably loves him and he manipulated her. I'm sure.
So she's and
they don't understand.
And the family might have paid him off. It's like so
they don't understand our type of love.
Yeah.
It's not a 21-year-old and a 15-year. That's not love. That's statutory.
Might have paid the parents off to keep them quiet too. Like so, yeah. I'm just speculating.
People look the other way. People pick and choose what they want to look the other way on.
But that's the holdup is the family. They're being uncooperative. Like that's the story I saw.
If it is appropriate evidence, I hope that they do because this has to stop. Like this is getting out of control. Like. I know a lot of stuff, like it's stupid to keep on being like, well, what about Jerry Lee Lewis? What about Elvis?
All the dead people, fuck them, yeah.
They're dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Fuck all of the dead people.
What we care about is what happens now. So we can make a change now so
Yeah,
this
the
shit
Josh
doesn't keep
Giddey
on
story.
happening.
Yeah, like that's the one. Let's talk about him. Let's not talk about the dead motherfuckers. Let's talk about
Let's stop
this
so this
story.
shit won't keep on happening because for years, it was just looked the other way. Men outwardly had underage girls. Like I read like a whole list of like all these actors, rock and roll superstars, all these people. I read a whole list of that. Like people who were able, like guitarists taking like a 16-year-old on tour with them. You 30 years old, you taking a 16 on the road with you, 16 years old.
Hmm.
And that was just looked the other way in the 70s. People just looked the other way.
Yeah, they didn't know I actually think that was a real problem once upon a time. Like you
If
said,
I'm gonna tell you this now, if a grown man in his 20s kind of says that he's showing interest in my underage daughter, you want to have some smoke. Like it's gonna take everything in my power to pull me off of you because how dare you? Like you're a grown man showing an interest in an underage child. So let's set the tone now where we're addressing this. When we see these inappropriate actions, we're reacting to these situations. We're not looking the other way. And the other part is that we hear a lot is the victim blaming. The girls were fast. It's always she was well, she didn't look 16. It doesn't matter. She was 16. Look at that body. She don't look 16. She was fast. She was this. She was so instead of holding the adult accountable, you're blaming the minor, saying that the minor is the one who should be responsible because she was fast and she had no business being at this location.
that sounds
You
like that
sound stupid
R.
as
Kelly.
hell.
That's that R. Kelly bullshit.
You sound dumb as hell saying that. You do.
This shit is not mutant now. There we go. You hear me?
Like a child. Like whatchamacallit, it's I guess like with all this stuff going on now, more people who were victimized as teens, they're telling their story because I saw Gloria Velez has been coming to the
I saw
forefront
that
now.
with Aaron Hall and
I've
all
been
that.
seeing a lot of her stuff because she's saying that she was definitely
He did
victimized.
in Aaron Hall. I saw like with
She said it starts with Luke Campbell. That's what she said. And of course people jumping, Uncle Luke did it, and people jumping in, but it's like
come on, like
Uncle Luke.
you're not. It's not that shocking that Uncle Luke was did inappropriate shit. Somebody says he took an inappropriate relationship. It's not the most. You're not gonna be shocked. Like really, him is like said
She
no.
said that he's like the head of the snake basically because she was saying that it starts with him.
Brought her into this industry. I would say like he
Mm-hmm.
like probably brought her in.
Because Aaron Hall, let's not forget, Gloria Velez was 16 when Aaron Hall got her pregnant, and he was like what 30 or close to 30.
Not sure, but that sounds about right.
He was a grown ass man. So I mean, R. Kelly and him had that in common because like R. Kelly sounded like Aaron Hall. So I mean,
his mentor, baby.
he cloned him in more ways than one. Cause like I mean, we always knew that was his like babe. When we find like, oh, that's his babe. And then when you saw the kid, and then he denied the kid, but then you see the kid looks exactly like him. He looked exactly like I mean, obviously he's biracial, but he looks like his dad, the same shaped head. He looks like his father. He's just a light-skinned version of his father. He looks like Aaron Hall. He looks just like his father. He just has some complexion from his mom, but he looks like his dad. And she was 16, and she showed a picture of her high school ID. She was like, "See, I was a baby." And then people in the comment section was trying. It was disgusting. They were like, "She didn't look 16. She didn't like a baby to me." You could obviously tell she was a teen. You could obviously tell she was a teenager, obviously, on her ID picture.
It's like, come on, it's like you got to be smarter than that.
But you could obviously tell that on her high school ID, you could obviously tell that she was a high school student. You could obviously tell.
People that say that Aaliyah tricked R. Kelly too. So okay.
Aaliyah tricked him.
Aaliyah looked like a baby.
Where?
Well, she lied about her age. Which technically she did. That's a yes and a no, like because she put 18 instead of 15 or whatever and shit. Yeah. So that's what they standing on is like, yeah, well, she lied about her 15. Age. Yeah.
On another video, he's like, for her to have this much talent at 14. On another video, he clearly was saying that he had never seen someone with so much talent as like either he was like, she's 14, but she's just so talented. Yeah, he was praising her work ethic and how much talent she had.
Yeah.
So he knew she was 14. He knew.
Penalize him for that one, yeah. Look, it says it right there on the marriage certificate. Yeah, that she's 18. She
He
lied
told
about
her to put 18 on there. He told her, his people told her she had to put 18 on there. But like I said, in that previous video where he was like she was 14, and then he said little cute Aaliyah. Like, come on.
5.
He said little cute Aaliyah on the song.
Mm.
So he knew. Don't play with me. He knew. And then like I said, Aaliyah looked like a child. She was a little skin. She was like me. She was a little skinny girl. She looked like a kid. She didn't look like no adult.
Okay, well, before we get ready to wrap it up, I got one more I got to play for you. You heard about
Okay.
this Chris Brown, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Jaguar Wright story. You heard about this, right?
I have not. I'm just Rihanna, Chris Brown. I'm just like about them.
Well, we're gonna play the video.
They both are. I mean, Rihanna is like, I think they might as well be married because like ASAP called her his wife before. I don't know. They might be married. They might not. Whatever. But they have a family.
They both of them are parents now, basically.
Both of them are parents.
Chris Brown got a kid.
Have seemingly moved on.
But here's the story right here. This crazy ass story. I had to play this, and then we gonna wrap up.
I don't understand why people keep talking about that. It was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him the herpes.
Oh, my.
Like, how the fuck did you know what I mean? Like people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started fucking with her and signed to the Def Jam.
Wow.
It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most sexually involved with, and that was Sean Carter. So here it is. Chris Brown has his first herpes outbreak from his celebrity girlfriend who he was set up with, and it was supposed to be this and it was supposed to be that, and he was there so people wouldn't pay attention to the fact that she was fucking Jay-Z.
What you think?
I mean, I heard about a herpes rumor years ago. I heard about that.
I heard that around that time. It's like
I heard that years ago.
So like I heard like bits and pieces of this story. I never heard it in that form. Like
I never heard in that form, but
because it said the reason why he beat her ass was because she gave him herpes. That's the story I heard like from back then. It's like and now Jaguar Wright, she's doubling down.
my advice I give to people, I mean, like,
and
people always have been trying to call Jaguar Wright crazy. A lot of people that people say are crazy, like Jaguar Wright, Orlando Brown. A lot of these people, they said Corey Feldman was crazy. A lot of these people are not crazy because a lot of these people may have seen, they may have seen or heard something and like they know something that was behind the curtain that you don't know, but now because the higher up can like make them look like they're a psycho. They're
Cat Williams is my perfect example of that because Cat Williams was in the fucking Kevin Hart
spot. They're drugged out.
He was in the Kevin Hart spot. And then when he started acting crazy, then like flipped him for Kevin because like Kevin went along with the program. It's like, Cat was he talked too much, so they had to get rid of him. It's like,
They live.
Yeah, They Live, one of my favorites.
But the thing that I will just say about that, I warn about people like that is that
if Jaguar Wright turns up dead, like that'd be great.
Well, Jay-Z is a billionaire. Beyonce's almost a billionaire, and Rihanna's a billionaire. So it's like if you make it like a statement like that and you double down, it's like as we see with the Tasha K stuff, and defamation is a real thing.
Yeah, Tasha K got lawsuits from everybody. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Defamation is a real thing. So like when you're making statements about people who have long money and saying that it's a fact, you're not saying allegedly, you're not saying according to Shade Room or according to Gossip or whatever, you're not doing that
or whatever. Say all of that stuff. Yeah,
and you're saying that no, and then she had.
I put it on that one. I said Jaguar Wright. I didn't mention none of that. I didn't say whether I agree with her. I thought it was Jaguar Wright said this. Like all I said.
This is from her mouth. So when people make these type of statements, and then you can't make statements like that, and say especially like not against these billionaires, like what, like you.
A lot of power there. Yeah.
You setting yourself up for
a lot of power right there. Yeah, a lot of
setting yourself up for
It's a
For
lot
some
of
shit,
power.
basically.
A lot of power right there. You got to deal with it. A lot of power.
Ugh.
But we definitely gonna keep an eye on that. Cause I saw it, I was like, "Whoa, I gotta play this." I don't know if the kid heard this one.
Because I heard the rumor years ago, but they kind of
When
like
the
faded.
incident happened, that's what the understory was. Is like the real reason why he beat Rihanna was that's the story I had heard. Yeah. And like Jaguar Wright is saying that she was fucking Jay-Z at 14 or whatever. That's a huge accusation right there. It's like,
yeah, that,
you gotta have some receipts on that one. It's like yeah.
mm-hmm. Just don't let anybody touch the K and be sued.
Yeah, you better have some receipts. Like if you got the receipts, yeah, go for it. But if you better have receipts when you make huge accusations like that.
If all you guys just like some hearsay or like even if it's just something like a visual or like something like that where it's nothing like in hard receipts, then don't go down that rabbit hole unless you have hard receipts.
Cat Williams mentioned in his act when he saw the professor, like he after that, Cat Williams was crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was crazy.
The next day,
I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he's crazy.
I don't think Cat's crazy.
I don't think a lot of these people are crazy if they say are crazy.
Yeah. I don't think Kanye's crazy. It's like
no, I don't think he's crazy.
He started saying all the stuff with the group that we can't talk about. It rhymes with news, but starts with a J. It's like that's what that's when they finished Kanye off. It's like
I don't think that a lot of these people are crazy. I don't think they are. But
when you start talking about the Kyrie's another one, they calling him crazy, yeah, because he went after that same group, and now they trying to get rid of his ass. He's under guaranteed contracts. Why they can't get rid of him?
Only one who seems Teflon to the shit is Dave Chappelle. He cracked the code some kind of way. He cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been trying to get rid of him for decades, but he's still here. It was like,
he's bigger than ever.
He turned down 50 million and then got even more.
Made 200 million or something.
Or on the back end, it's like.
Dave cracked the code, so Dave figured it out.
Like that, still around. It's like, let's wrap this damn thing up. Not another damn podcast. 339. You want to show us love? We appreciate you, first of all. You want to show us some love further? Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate on all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. Make sure you follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.